Terrible Tudors, gorgeous Georgians, slimy Stuarts, far Victorians, woeful wars, ferocious fights, stingy castles, daring knights, horrors that defy description, cutthroat council voyages, vicious Vikings, cruel crime, punishments of ancient times, Romans, what, right, ravers, capers, savage, fish, and tubers, truly Greece, Brady, sages, food and meeting, Middle Ages, gory stories, we do that, and your host, a talking rat, the past is no longer a mystery, welcome to Horrible Histories. Oh, God. Hello there. It's been a while, hasn't it? I've been obsessed with listening to Horrible Histories songs recently, and wondered if anyone had made a tier list on all the songs, and lo and behold, a couple channels have. I am also a super fan. Thought I'd have a go at my own ranking, and here we are. For all my non-American viewers, please skip to this time frame, or if you want to hear me rabbit on about the show for a bit, be my guest. Horrible Histories is a British TV show which originated from a series of books written by Terry Deary. If you are a Brit that didn't grow up with these legends, or if you aren't British, allow me to educate you on possibly the most influential and educational kids TV series of my time. The series was broadcasted on the British kids programme CBBC, which created classic TV shows such as Tracy Beaker, Trapped, The Adventures of Dick and Dom,
Bogies! That was a brave bogey.
Shaun the Sheep, M.I. High, Deadly 60 with our good man Steve Backshaw, The Sarah Jane Adventures, and so much more.
Goose.
Anyway, Horrible Histories covers many different timelines, from ancient Egypt to the Middle Ages, Vikings, Saxons, Celts, Victorians, Tudors, you name it, and implements it in a way that is both educational and fun, making learning about history enjoyable. You could be watching a Barry Scott type promotion, or Billy Mays if you're American, about washing your clothes in Wii in the Middle Ages.
Hi, I'm a shouty man, and I'm here to tell you about new P-Seal Non-Bio. Tired of your clothes smelling of number 2s? Then why not wash them in number 1s?
And the next could be a High School Musical parody of the Spartans.
Let's get beaten now, learn lies and cheating now, rolling at the Spartan school.
There are other good cast members, but the main people who brought this show to life are what everyone calls the 6 idiots, which are, in no particular order, Simon, Ben, Matt, Lawrence, Jim and Martha. These 6 were the gel that held the whole show together, with their varying levels of comedy personalities, which always was a pleasure to watch when they were on screen. However, like all good things, they must come to an end, as they left the show shortly after season 5, which was a tragedy to many, and I cannot stomach watching the new cast, but we must press on for the ranking. With most children's series, there's usually always a musical number here and there to break it up a bit, and Horrible Histories certainly doesn't fall short of this, having a whopping total of 114 plus songs, which I will have the pleasure of meticulously ranking today. The songs will fall into these 7 historical tiers. The stakes, meaning it should be burnt, it should never see the light of day. The stocks, not bad enough to get rid of, but not good either. Like the type of song you want to throw rotten fucking fruit at. Common peasant, average. Good citizen, good. Amazing knight, amazing. Killer king, meaning that you're killing it. And then we wrap it all up with my personal favourite of the whole series. With that out the way, let's get into it! Horrible Histories full musical tier list. Let's go! The stakes! All songs past series 5. Honestly, I can't take it. Why'd they leave and make this utter bollocks? Bear with me while I stomach all songs past series 5, and I'll get back to you. Starting off, we got a Season 7 song. The famous Love Letters. My fucking god. When I tell you I winced at the start of the Egyptian Without Beer song, he almost saved it with the Without Beer, without beer, yeah, without beer. Really enjoyed that. But
my heart is carefree, like a red fish in its fish pond. Your voice rejuvenates me like fat mixed with honey. Your love has joined to me like incense to the nose.
Fucking burn it, please.
All my very life, sweetheart, off you go again alone. No more kisses and tender caresses for so long.
Burn it! Next up, we have Josephine, which is a Napoleon Bonaparte parody. Where he writes letters to Josephine, and it's a parody of Jolene, which is quite genius when you think about it. Although the parody aspect sounds good, and it could have been a really good song, the execution just wasn't there for me. I'm sorry, you know, he had a good try putting on a French accent.
You hold over me, write to me, think of me, and love me, Josephine. Yours ever for life, Bonaparte.
And, you know, getting into character and stuff, but I just don't think it fits as a song. It could have been done a lot better, and for that, it has to burn. I'm sorry. Next up, we have the Casanova song, which is a parody of I'm Sexy and I Know It by LMFAO, I think. And oh my god! This is... I tried to like this one. I really did. I tried to listen through it. I tried to like... I just can't. It's cringe, man. It's cringe.
He's well-lush and he know it. He's tasty and he show it.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass.
Burn it! Up next, we've got the Lords of Hell! This song is a parody of Highway to Hell, and it could have been a really good song. Get all of the biggest rulers, the biggest killers in history, right, into an ensemble and make a song of all their triumphs and how they're so gruesome, you know? Like that Bad song, the Michael Jackson parody with all the Roman rulers. That went fucking hard.
I'm bad.
Right? So I thought, you know, it'd be a good idea. But the execution, man, the singing, they couldn't replicate the AC/DC flair. And through the middle of the song, I couldn't fucking hear it. Because all I heard was, hello? Yeah, what? Sorry, I can't hear you. What? Sorry, mate, you're gonna have to speak up. So as these are the warlords from hell, that's where they're gonna stay. They're gonna stay in hell, on fire. And I'm not sorry. Burn it. Jin Shi Huang, or Chinese leader. And if you say that's not pronounced correctly, listen to this. Yeah, exactly. How fucking dare! It's a parody of Omi's Cheerleader, and I just don't think it matches. Plain and simple, I don't think it matches. Look, right, I get that they've got to do a non-copyright take, so it, you know, doesn't... it sounds similar to the song, but it doesn't, if you know what I mean. But Cheerleader? Chinese leader? Bit of a stretch, don't you think? Let's burn it. And before you start typing your little comments, you know, going, oh, his reviews aren't in depth. His reviews aren't in depth. I laugh at my own jokes. I've got 114 songs to go through, okay? So fuck you! Oh, we didn't make you. And the final song on the stakes is the China versus Greece rap. I don't know if they didn't learn from the Boast battle, but it doesn't work. It really doesn't work. If you can't match a beat to rap, then it's just going to be a terrible song. And it's not going to work. And also one question, why is it filmed in a playground in modern day? Like, I'm not one to nitpick, but at least Boast Battle was filmed in, like, a tent, right? This is literally filmed in a British playground, modern day. I'd like to add as well, I am aware this is a kids show, okay? This is a ranking. I'm ranking it by my opinion. I'm well aware this show is made for kids, but I'm ranking the music, the songs, okay? And this is a song. This is a song. It may be a special, it may be some sort of snippet, but it still is a song, okay? Don't come at me! But the whoopee cushion part at the end was pretty funny, because, you know, farts.
But I've got something that'll have you all shushing. I'm a mighty Roman, home of the whoopee cushion. Oh!
Here are your steaks. Watch as they burn. The stocks.
First up, we have the Gunpowder Plot song. See, I just didn't like this song. I liked the bit where he went, looking for. I found that pretty funny.
Not what he was looking for.
But the rest of the song I just wasn't too fond of. And it wasn't anything I'd listen to ever again. So, in the stocks it's going to go, unfortunately.
Gunpowder plot, more like gunpowder slop.
Next up, we've got Mambo Number 10, which documents Queen Victoria's outlasting of loads of the prime ministers. And I really just didn't like it. It wasn't catchy. It's something I wouldn't listen to. It's not something I'd replay unless I was doing a ranking. So this is going to go straight into the stocks.
Mambo number 0. That's the rating I give this song.
If you're wondering why I didn't put any of these songs in the stakes category, it's because they're still songs. They're still, you know, songs. You know, granted they're shit songs, but they have some sort of listenable quality. You know, I was going to put Warlords of Hell in the stocks, but I don't know, that really loud part really threw me off. But, you know, the songs that are in the stakes... For the Common People is up next. Boring concept, boring song. That's pretty much it. Stocks for this one.
For the boring people, you know what I mean?
Next up, we've got That's Pretty Bad Guy, which is a parody of Billie Eilish's Bad Guy. See, I like the concept of this song. I really do. You know, back in the past, the people, how many emissions they used, all the different stuff they used to fight their battles have made an impact on today's Earth. But, plain and simple, it's not a song I go back to, I'll be honest. And it's not a song I will go back to after I've done this ranking. So the stocks it will go.
That's pretty bad guy. Huh? That's pretty bad song.
Up next, we've got Food Rules, which is a parody of Dua Lipa's song New Rules. Obviously, they're incorporating more modern songs now in the newer seasons. And, you know, medieval table manners is a interesting subject to cover. But, again, like That's Pretty Bad Guy, it's not a song I'm going back to. It's a song, it's not worthy to burn because, you know, it has some sort of listenable quality. But... it's not one I'd go back to. It's not one that I'm going to put on repeat, that's for sure.
I've got a rule. Don't make this song.
Up next, we have Court Me Maybe, which is a parody of Call Me Maybe by Carly Rae Jepsen, I believe, which is a banger. It's a fucking banger. Back in the day it was. And, you know, the music video for this one was pretty funny. But again, it's not a song that I would go back to because, you know, the lyrics are pretty cool, I guess, but the way they're sung, it's not an earworm. It doesn't stick. I'm sorry.
Don't worry about kissing the board, fella. You can kiss my big meaty ass. Ha!
Up next, we have Georgian Influencers song, which is a parody of... It's the... Forever, forever, the better the day that I still love you. All with the pop fight for me.
And tighter, I barely can breathe, but how they love me. No matter the scandal, all eyes are on me. Oh, how they love me. Whatever I put on, the hit of the year, it's me they copy, 'cause nothing says fashion like me.
I hope you like those vocals. I don't know, it was a boring concept. It was quite a boring song as well. I can see it's not very popular with the views. Also, it's like one of the lowest viewed songs in Horrible Histories. You know, like these shitty ones that I've ranked, they've been quite high, like 20k, 30k. So this is 9.4k. So obviously not many people like this one, and I also agree with them. But, you know, it's not worth burning because it's a new concept. It's different. It's not been covered before. But I ain't going to listen to this anytime soon. Stocks.
The only thing you're influencing is less views.
And last but not least, on the stocks category, we have the suffragettes versus the suffragists rap battle. Another rap battle. It's more tolerable than the China versus Greece, but the fact that they used Little Mix lyrics to rap against each other, it just didn't work. Plain and simple, it just didn't work. You can write your name. Stocks. Just stocks.
Use your stocks. Throw all the fruit you can. Common peasant. These songs are very average.
First on the list, we have Divorced, Beheaded and Died. If you are British, you are bound to know what this song is, and you are bound to remember every single lyric to this song. Although it's a very memorable song, I've listened to it enough times that I don't like listening to it anymore. So it's the average for this one.
Divorced, beheaded and died. Divorced, beheaded, survived. I'm Henry VIII, I had 6 sorry wives. Some might say I ruined their lives.
Next up, we have the Victorian Work song. It's a parody of Food, Glorious Food. I think it's Oliver Twist. Correct me on that if I'm wrong. But I think it's a good song. I think it's alright. But there are plenty of other good Horrible History songs on this list that it has to be down to average, because it's a song that I don't really listen to as much as all the other ones. I kind of forget that it's there at times. And it's more of a kiddish song to tell kids that, you know, school's better than working on a Victorian factory. But I wouldn't have a ranking if I ranked them all fucking amazing, would I? So this is going average.
If we go too big, get sacked by the master.
Can you tell that I don't have a script? And next up in the average category, we've got Mary Seco. It is a parody of If You Like It Then You Should Have Put a Ring on It by Rihanna or Beyonce. One of the two. But I don't know. I've listened to this song 5 times over and I still cannot bring myself to enjoy it. It's an alright song. It's not like stocks or steak worthy, but it's just average. I'm sorry. Next up on the list, we have Mary's Rhapsody, which is a parody of Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. And funnily enough, Mary was the Queen of Scots. So it's a good play on words. It had the potential to be a really good song, but it's just not catchy at all. They put too much emphasis on the wordplay, and it's just, there's no catchiness to it. Bohemian Rhapsody needs to be played in one. I don't think it could be broken up into parts, otherwise it just feels a bit rushed, if I'm honest. So it's going to have to go average on this one. Next up, we've got the Al Capone song. See, this is an example, another example of a song that could have been really, really good. The song choice was perfect for it, but they didn't make it in a way that was catchy. The way this guy plays Al Capone, though, I gotta give credit to him, because he's playing it really well. He plays this guy fantastically, but unfortunately the song just let it down, so it's gonna have to go average. Next up on the list, we have Ira Aldridge. It's not terrible. It's not a terrible song. They follow a sort of Fratelli's type vibe to the song.
Oh no, except for slavery. So I travelled on a boat across the Atlantic Sea. Was 17 and the Brits had no problem with me. Oh no, then all said I was free.
And I kind of dig with it, but I also kind of don't. And I also feel that the song ends like very abruptly. It doesn't really have like a set in stone ending. I feel that it just ends randomly, and there's no build up, there's no, wind down. It just cuts off. So average for this one, but it's an alright song. It covers some good history.
And that wasn't easy.
Up next, we've got Pirates, which is a parody of George Ezra's Shotgun, which I thought was a really weird take. They somehow managed to make it work, kind of. And, the song's quite interesting. It's not just about Blackbeard. It's about Blackbeard and his other crew, the women. You've got Anne Bonny and Mary Read, the two women pirates in the golden age of piracy. So I thought it was quite cool. I thought it was quite an entertaining song. I don't really think it was like anything to shout about, judging all of these 146 songs, This is more an average, but it's not bad, right? It's not bad. Like, I did get a chuckle from that bit where he goes high towards the end, because I kind of didn't expect it. I didn't expect him to take it in that direction. Like these guys from the newer seasons, they are trying. They really are trying to, encapsulate these characters. And in the most cases, they're doing an alright job. I don't understand why people hate on them so much. I came in here with a very open mind, and they're doing alright. They're obviously, no one can replace the Six Idiots. No one. But these guys, they're the best bet. They're doing alright. Next up on the list, we have VE Day. I enjoyed the history on this one. I learned quite a lot about VE Day and how it was a 2-day bender, as they say.
VE Day, say do you remember? VE Day, that brilliant 2-day bender.
I just didn't think the song was much to really shout about. So it's going in average. Next up on the list, we have King Tut's Hall, which is a parody of, what's it called? I'm gonna pop some tags, I got $20 in my pocket.
Take one look at my togs. Everybody loves my collection of gloves. Have a good look down there. I'm the king of stylish underwear. Listen to the people diss you, everyone sing.
You can't take it with you.
I say don't be gloomy. Look and see how my tomb is so roomy.
This is one of the better raps, I would say, but it's not like the best. There's plenty more better raps than this song, but the choreography on this, the way he portrays Tutankhamun and the movements he does, the way he moves his body, it's fucking so good. They're really good at playing these characters. It's just the song fell quite short. It wasn't bad. It was average.
And now, a quick word from our sponsor. This video is still sponsored by fucking no one. But please, put your favorite Horrible Histories song in the comments below, and I'll be ranking and rating your favorite songs, and if they are shit, I will tell you so. Please, like, subscribe to Colonel Scarface. Thank you.
Please, subscribe! You heard the man! Or I'm gonna crash this plane! The plane's gonna crash if it doesn't have enough subscribers! Oh. Hello. Back to the video! Up next, we've got Staggering Storytellers, which is another Little Mix parody, which is just bass, it's surface level. It's not bad. It's more of a, you know, a girl power song, right? About all these famous writers. It's quite interesting, you know, the Jacqueline Wilson mention. Appreciate that. I used to read some of her books. And Beatrix Potter mentioned, obviously, for Peter Rabbit. Banger. The other two I don't really know, because I don't really read that many books. They were my two key children's authors. That and, do you guys remember Captain Underpants or Biff and Chip? You might be too young for that, and you might not even be English. But if you're English and you remember Biff and Chip, or even what was it? Hero's Quest or something, Adventure Quest, something along the lines of that. Beast Quest, fucking yeah, that's what it is. Imagine having, I don't know if it's his real name, because some people have like stage names, but imagine writing fantasy books and having a name like Adam Blade. That's so sick. But, you know, I'm going on a tangent here about books and stuff. We should cover an old childhood, you know, memories, old British childhood memories for the next video or something. But for this song, average.
That's right, it starts 1589. Yes, all these plays are mine. Well, if you've got the time.
Up next is a list of the plays that I wrote. This would have been Good Citizen, but I've listened to it a couple of times, and I feel compared to all the other ones coming up on the list, it just doesn't go up on my list of the songs that I've ranked. I was taking full opportunity of that. I like, you know, I learned a lot about all of the plays that Shakespeare's written, because I only really had a faint idea of a couple plays that he's written, like Romeo, Juliet, Hamlet, Macbeth, Othello, Midsummer Night's Dream, Richard the Second, and yeah, that's all I thought. But he has written loads of plays. That's crazy. No wonder he's one of the best playwrights in the world. But the song is average, just average. Sorry.
Of the plays what I've written, I'm the greatest playwright in Great Britain.
Silent night, not quite. What a noise!
So next in this ranking is going to be a collection of songs, which are pretty much all of the Christmas songs in Horrible Histories' roster. And that's... I'm not a hater of Christmas songs, okay? Far from it. But these songs, they're just... they're average, man. Don't get me wrong, I love Christmas. Love Christmas. I come from a big family, so getting all the family together, having a nice roast, you know, playing some board games, I live for it, man. But these Christmas songs, they're just average. I'm sorry. But the songs itself, the concept of it, where they tell the backstory of all these Christmas songs, it reminds me of like Childhood Ruined and Scientifically Accurate. They're just like, they're debunking all the myths of these Christmas carols, and I find it quite cool. But Christmas songs don't do it for me, man.
Come on, peasants. The fields aren't gonna be tended to by themselves. You average songs.
Good citizen, these songs are quite alright in my book. First on the Good Citizen list, we have Bronte Sisterhood. This is one of the better writing songs, I'll say, in my opinion, because the chorus is really catchy. I found myself singing it a lot at times.
Charlotte and Emily, we're a rising family.
Hey girls, not forgetting me.
Bronte Sisterhood.
And yeah, it's a good story. Got some really good choreography, some good editing, and I find the bit where she says, "But intellectual curiosities." The way she says it is fucking. I just keep skipping it back to it. She just says it so weird.
When our mum and sisters died,
But intellectual curiosity saw us to go worldwide.
Yeah, this is good. This is a good song.
Okay, hey, animals. It's thanks to you we ended up here.
Next up, we've got We're Grateful, which is an appreciation song about how animals have helped us get to where we are. And it's another caveman sort of song, which I quite like. I like the caveman appreciation songs because they can go quite in depth, because cavemen's just like the advancement of mankind, and they cover that in their songs, which is really interesting to me. And the guy, he portrays Maui, because it's a Maui parody. It's a Moana You're Welcome parody. I like the fact that they picked that, because that's a really good comparison to do it. And he portrays the Maui parody really well, and he sings really well, and the chorus is really catchy. Yeah, it's a good song.
Pigs and sheep, hens and goats joined the crew. We couldn't live like this without you. But what can we say except we're so grateful for how you've helped humanity. I hope it's okay if I say we're thankful, from the whale to the tiniest bee. We're grateful, we're grateful.
Up next, we have The Iron Curtain Falls, which is a song about the destruction of the Berlin Wall and the Russian Revolution. I thought the fact that they picked Viva La Vida for this song was a very bold choice, because like the Minecraft parody, it was very sad. It's a very sad song, and they've paired it really well. And the chorus is really well written, and it's really witty. And yeah, it's a good song. Unfortunately, not good enough to be on Amazing Night, but this will sit in that place very nicely.
Country after country, they've had enough. To the Soviet Union, they said, get stopped. Like Wizard of Oz, they thought leaders ruthless. Hold back Iron Curtain, so leaders toothless.
Next up, we have I Am Shakespeare, and I'm a writer. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any good footage for this song. A bit like VE Day, this is the only clip I could find that was on the internet. So, credit to the creator who released this clip. I Am Shakespeare is good because they add other writers, and the comparison between all these writers and Shakespeare, I thought Shakespeare was a party guy. I thought he was like out there, but seems he was quite calm and collective, and kept to his own devices, whereas all the other writers were going out getting pissed and shagging about. But here's Shakespeare, just I am Shakespeare and I'm just writing. What I want to say about this song and other songs that feature Queen Elizabeth: why is she so fucking terrifying? Why does she look like that? Surely they could have portrayed her in a better light like Martha did. Her one, it looks like a fucking creepypasta. What is that? It's quite funny to think that Shakespeare writing all these plays about fighting and conflict and stuff, but he never was about that life. But all the writers were, like, they actually killed people. And the different flows and rap styles of these writers makes this song a really interesting listen. It's good.
Yo!
Up next on the list, we have Grimy St. Jerome. And I gotta add, Tom Staunton for this song, he did good on the rap. He redeemed himself from Casanova, which was probably one of the worst songs in Horrible Histories. Grimy St. Jerome has got some good flow, and it's an enjoyable song, and it's an interesting concept. I learnt a lot, and it's good. It's a good song. The only problem with this song is that it's way too short. It's 1 minute 15, which doesn't allow that much time to enjoy the song. Tom is definitely solidifying himself as one of the new cast members. I'm starting to really enjoy his stuff. And I'm sure he's going to appear in bigger and better songs as I'm doing this ranking. I hope.
Okay. Pamplemousse, baguette, and brie. Are you ready?
Next up on the list, we've got a classic, Joan of Arc. This isn't Martha's best song, but it's alright. I still enjoy it somewhat. It has great visuals, a catchy chorus, and an overall good vibe. Martha portrays these characters so well. It's just not her best song, but it's still good.
Form exactly like a play, except there's just one extra thing. Instead of all that boring talking, everybody sings.
Next up on the list is a different one. It's a live show where they explain what opera is, or Mozart explains what opera is. Although it's very impressive, and the fact that they do it live and they absolutely fucking nail it, they do a really good job. I'm just not the biggest fan of opera, so I'm gonna have to put it good because it's not average. They've obviously got a lot of talent, but I'm not a big fan of opera, so it's gonna have to go good for this one. But amazing job. I watched through the whole thing. I learned a lot about music theory, which helps me a lot as a musician. So, you know, good. Just watch this guy. Watch how low this guy goes. It's fucking insane.
Bass, I mainly play her daddy. We have the lowest voices, in case you didn't know. It is unbelievable just how low I can go.
That's actually really cool.
Next up, it's Straight Outta Legend. See, when I saw the title, I thought it was going to be a Straight Outta Compton parody. I don't know why. I don't know why Horrible Histories would do that. I'd be like,
Kurt, no! Kurt, no! Kurt, no! Straight Outta Legend, crazy motherfucker named Werewolf, with a gang of monsters with attitude. When the dogs are on your marks, Bob, I'll be charging at your sister or your daughter. You too, boy, if you fuck with me. The police are gonna have to come and get me. Golden brass, that's how I'm going out. With a punk little hunter trying to show out. Monsters wanna rumble, rough and tumble. Get frank in your spot and be humbled. Pop off on a motherfucker like that. With my fangs, that's pointing at your ass. So get the blood smooth. Ain't no telling when I'm down on my feet and true. I'm a prowler that'll keep y'all dancing. The revenant gonna get y'all rancid. Black winning beasts are my tools. Don't make me at the motherfucking fool. Me and you could go toe to toe, no stakes, please. I'll put the nails in the box daily. Yo, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Until your dumb little hunter sees clearly that I'm down with a capital Transylvania. Boy, you can't fuck with me. So when you're in the neighborhood, you better duck. Cause Dracula is hungry as fuck. As I leave, believe I'm sucking. And when I come back, boy, you say we're Straight Outta Legend.
I like this song because it delves more into fantasy, not history. And it's got that sort of layout that it's like an epic rap battles of history type video. With the background in the back, so the zombies got all the zombies in the background, the werewolf's got the moon and the trees, Frankenstein's monsters got the graveyard, Dracula's got the bats. Each actor plays the monsters really well, especially Tom, who gives Frankenstein that really dumb quality. Richard and James play Dracula and the werewolf really well as well, especially the actor for the Revenant, Paul Raymond. he did a really good job, and I especially enjoyed his rap segment. One of his bars was too cold, man. It's a good song, good.
Medieval zombie called a revenant, 1,000 years old, but I've still stayed relevant. When I rise from the grave, the people take flight, but even when they lock the doors, I hit them with a light. Breathe through the cracks, spread my plague death. You'll join me in the grave when you smell my breath.
Oh, that is rank.
It looks like your wish has come true, Betty. It's American soldiers. Delivery of beefcake.
Up next on the list, we have GI's Have It. I really like the beat for this song. It's so simple, but so effective. I really like the fucking...
You can stop painting your legs with that gravy and drawing a line that's going all wavy, cause we got the real deal. We bring nylons for an orderly queue. We don't want to pile on. Oh, you're only meant to take the tie.
So good. And the rap, I really enjoy the rap. And this actor, she keeps coming out with these lines that I keep having to replay, man, because it's just the way she says them.
But intellectual curiosity.
No, he isn't. It's got the first chocolate we've seen in 3 years.
But it's a good song, catchy song, and the actors bring their own flavour to the GI crew.
Because you see, it's all about this base, nobody's healed. This hospital's a waste of space, worse than the battlefield. It's all about this nurse, made it less worse, so we all hail the lady with the lamp.
Me, Florence Nightingale.
Next up on the list, we have All About This Bass, which is a Meghan Trainor parody. So from the get-go, I thought this song was going to be really, really shit. I thought it was going to be terrible. But it actually had a very charming quality about it. Not to say that Meghan Trainor is shit or anything, she's got some good bangers, but I'm just saying parodized Meghan Trainor would be a hard feat to do because it's already a very questionable song. But they made it, they had a good go at it, and I think they didn't do a bad job. I think it's good.
Because you see, it's all about this bass,
Don't get annoyed. I'll get a brand new pillowcase, clear all trace of typhoid.
It's all about this nurse, fortune's reverse, at the double, helping soldiers feel less worse, don't need a hearse.
No trouble.
Next on the list, we have Coco Chanel, which is another song that doesn't have a music video, so I'm crediting the uploader right here. I really like this one, mostly because of the beat. It's really weirdly pleasing. It's really nice on the ears. The woo woo woo, woo 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 woo. It feels like outer worldly, and the fact that it's based on like a fashion designer, it sort of gives it a lot more depth. Yeah, I really like this one. Up next on the list, we have Been There From The Start. This song provides a really good message and informs people that black people, they've been there from the start. From Alfred losing in the Battle of Hastings to fighting against Napoleon. They've been there from the start. I really enjoy the singing in this one. The only problem with this song, a bit like Warlords of Hell, except it's not shit, it's a bit loud.
You should see his giant cow.
There's a lot of times where the sound effects cover over the singing and it blanks it out a bit. But other than that, I think this is a really good song. No. No. You don't mean... No. What? So yeah, apparently the message they were saying was fake the entire time. A lot of people have covered this as a very controversial song. I did not realize this until I stopped the edit and was checking around for sources. There's so many articles on this song that it is historically inaccurate. It is pushing an agenda. And... oh, no. There had to be one, didn't there? There had to be one. So I don't actually know what we're going to do with this one. Because if I keep it in good, I might have comments of people who know this song is bad, going, oh, why did you put it in good? I'm just going to put it in, like, undecided. A controversial ranking. Put it in controversial. It's one of those songs that everyone's talking about, and I didn't even realise it. Oh well, on to the next song. Next up on our list, we have Who Changed the World? Girls. If you look past the whole girl power, like men are terrible and all this, it's an alright song. I don't mind it. And it gives a good insight on how women altered the course of history with their protests and, you know, solidified what women are today. And that they're all equal and we're all the same. And everybody can come together and love. But nah, it's alright. It's a good song. I don't mind it. Dome.
I'm just a lonely cave girl.
Next up on the list, we have a Series 1 classic, which I used to listen to when I was younger. Caveman Love. See, Sarah was great in this. But I don't know who the fuck that old woman is, but she is irritating. Her voice is just so gritty, and it fucking gets on my tits. That's why it's in good. It would be an amazing if that old bint did not fucking cameo in this song. Oh my god, listen to this, right?
Doesn't mean you stop loving him, 'cause now you have to prepare.
Oh my god, please shut up, please shut up. What the fuck is this? If you don't want to fucking pull your ears out after listening to this, I don't know what to tell you, man. So yeah, a good song overall, catchy chorus, likeable characters, except for that old, dusty fucking wig.
Dropping some limpets and winkles and sprinkles of mouse, toad and shrew.
Fucking hell, girl, spit those bars.
With the cauldron and say,
Okay, stop.
Well, actually, she wouldn't say au revoir, would she? Because French was invented as a written language around 842 when the Oaths of Strasbourg were recorded in Old French.
Who the fuck invited you?
Well, I thought because I geniusly picked out that it was a spinny tetrahedron, I was sort of a fan favourite, if you will.
No one fucking cares about what you gotta say.
Well, but surely someone would care, right? I mean, it's not a spinny triangle, is it?
Get out!
If you want to do a video on covering history, it must be historically accurate. That is what the rap says. Historically accurate.
Get out of my video! I'm not gonna say it again.
A gorgeous Georgian lady is quite a sight to see.
Up next on the list, we have Gorgeous Georgian Lady. It's an alright song. I don't find it particularly boring or anything. There's just a lot more songs that trump this one. It's a good song, but nothing compared to Amazing Night. It's still good though.
Your face with paint of lead. Never mind, the lead has made the men who mixed it ill or dead.
With no way out, Arctic explorer Peter Freuchen will take human ingenuity to the limit and beyond.
If I could just squeeze out a poo, I could make a frozen chisel and dig my way to freedom.
It's a true story. It's a poo story. It will warm your heart and open your bottom. Frozen Freuchen.
So this is a short one on the list. It's more of like a, I don't know, 50-second song. One of those reference songs. But I'm so immature. This song purely isn't good because it is the song dedicated to shit. It's, let it go, can't hold it in anymore. I'm 21 years old. What the fuck? And I really didn't expect he'd start talking to a piece of shit and the piece of shit was gonna sing along with him. It's the most fucking random song I've ever seen from Horrible Histories. And it's gotta be good. It's gotta stay. It can't be burned. It can't be thrown rotten fruit at. It needs to stay good. It's not average. It's fucking weird.
I've been trapped for several hours underneath all this snow. And maybe it's the frostbite talking and the lack of air to say goodbye.
What the fuck is this? Singing poo. The poo singing. What the fuck?
I'm gonna make a door. I'm gonna make a door with you.
With me?
With poo.
That's me.
With poo.
I'm sure you've heard the Stone Age occurred for 2.5 million years. But there's more of Stone Age to engage than maybe it first appears.
Next up on the list, we have another classic, the Stone Age song. Now, in my opinion, this is probably Matt's weakest song. Alright? No. Before you Matt stands, come for me, okay? With your pitchforks and your flames. From what I can see from this list, Matt does not have a single bad song. And that's sweet. But I can't say they're all amazing. In rankings, you can't be blinded by nostalgia. You gotta see all the old and new songs and rank them all accordingly. I know for a fact you're all still mad at me for putting Divorced, Beheaded and Died, but honestly...
Boost Battle!
Next up on the list, we have Boast Battle. Now this is the only good rap battle in all of Horrible Histories. This is the only time they did it right. Right scenery, right flair, right execution. Just a good song.
The queen of jazz, they went crazy for me. Back in the 20s, they loved my new dance. From Harlem to the toast of all Paris, I made the Charleston a big hit in France.
Josephine Baker is our song that is next on the list. This one's a fairly new one. See, when I scroll through all of the songs when I'm ranking them, because I've got to get the footage and stuff. I've been scrolling through, and then on my recommended, I get all these new songs that keep coming out and keep extending my fucking ranking. I can't finish this video, man. But this is a good song. It pales in comparison with the others, but I'll put it in good because it's all right. I don't like the Little Mix parodies, I'll be honest, but it's all right. Next up on the list, we have Wreck-A-Mole, which is a parody of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball, and it's a different Boudica parody. Although the first one is miles better, like miles better than this one, I'd still say this song achieves in some aspects, and it's still an enjoyable listen. The representation of the parody excels with the Miley Cyrus cinematography, and it's got a catchy chorus. It's alright. I would have preferred Boudica to have one song, but this one still does some things right, so I'd like to keep it here. It's good.
And so I had to wreck 'em all. Took no prisoners at all. Burned those towns down to the ground. Killed every Roman I found.
Okay, so this is an Adele parody.
It's a me. The most famousest painting in history. 10 million see me every year, not hanging in the Louvre, but in the Louvre here.
Next up on the list, we have the Mona Lisa song, aka Hello, It's Me. I really dislike this song at the start, because I was on that hate-fueled train that all new songs were shit, which is far from the truth. Sorry to tell you, all old season gatekeepers, not all of them are shit. Not to say this song is the best in the world, but it has a lot of charming qualities that make it likeable, like the Hello, it's me, because they're Italian, was such a funny touch, and the Da Vinci part made me laugh a little bit because the voice he puts on and the little rhyme scheme he does, you know?
Hello, it's me. I'm the one they call the gold Da Vinci. Not just an artist, I'm a procrastinator. If you don't know what that means, then I will tell you later.
It's quite funny. I hate to say it, but some of the people in the new season, they've got that charming quality. They're quite funny. It's just the voices they put on. I know it's more kiddish. It's like a lot more kiddish, but it's still quite funny. I hate the dab part though, because my god, that is old. That is so old. but I think it was released around like 2014, 2015, so we'll have to forgive it because, you know, Dab was with the times. But overall, pretty good song. It's a good song, and I learned a lot from it too.
Expensive pickup on, you better believe it. People gonna vandalize, forge and steal it.
If I wanted it back, what must I bid?
I'm said to be worth 1.5 billion quid.
What?
Your Majesty, we, the noblemen of England, are worried about your continued abuse of power. It threatens the future of the realm. So we've gathered here at Runnymede, and we've written a list of grievances in this document here, called the Magna Carta. Yeah. Really ticked off, actually. Really ticked off.
Big time. Magnum Cartors, whatever. Got some grievances of my own, actually.
I think you'll find our grievances more serious.
I think you find mine now.
I don't think you will, actually. I think I will, actually. I don't think you will, actually.
There's only one way to settle this. I propose a grievance battle!
Next up on the list, we have the Magna Carta rap, or King John versus the Barons. I take it back. This and Boast Battle are the only good rap battles. This was such a good idea of a song to explain the Magna Carta through rap. And the execution and flow is great, and both parties do a great job. And that's that for rap battles. 2 ended up in good. So, you know, in the end, Horrible Histories can do it, it seems. Huh. Alright.
Like I'll even tax this rhyme. Barons don't grumble, it's time to get real. Listen to me, dog, or you're gonna feel some steel.
This charter's tight. We don't need to fight. Just hit it with your seal and give us our rights.
Ancient man, stone tool, fire axe, cooking gruel, shelter spears, glue, clothing, doggy bone, used for sewing.
Following on the list, we have And That's What We Do With It. From the get-go, the music video gives me vibes from that Dan Ball song. Not that it's following its melody, but they're singing the song through billboards in quick succession while describing different things. Just like what Dan Ball does in Fuck.
Fuck war, fuck peace, fuck north, fuck east, fuck south, fuck west, fuck more, fuck less, fuck bums, fuck bread, fuck school, fuck tests, fuck work, fuck play, fuck rest.
I like these types of videos, and it covers a whole lot of history quickly. It's what I like. Good.
I was told mates who got cowpox once never had another episode. So I injected James with a strain. He didn't catch smallpox, he was as right as rain.
I gave him an inoculation. Up next, we have the Good Vaccine song, which uses a Beach Boys style to tell the story about vaccinations and how they all developed. I like the conflict against Fleming because he discovered penicillin by accident. And at the end of the music video, bro let his intrusive thoughts win. We were all thinking it, come on. Another decent song from the new series, covering another great topic.
Cause I, back in 48, started the NHS, and it's pretty great.
Hold up, is that Joe? Joe from Bad Education.
Now wait a minute, let me have a closer look, hold on. You're having a massive night. The sun is coming up. You are totally chunked. See, now I thought it was you.
Next up, we have 75 Years of the NHS, a very heartfelt song. I assume this song was made as appreciation for the NHS as a result of COVID and, you know, the things they sacrificed to help everyone, and they took the opportunity to express their gratitude to all the workers. It's a decent song too, and Joe from Bad Education, he can sing, bro. I didn't expect him to have the pipes, but damn, he does. Bro's hitting those fucking high notes like it's nothing, man. Listen to this.
I did my best to give healthcare you could all access. Started something back then, and it's still going real strong.
so many a sight. I attacked Spanish ports to show Queen Liz's might.
And the Queen Elizabeth is still fucking terrifying! Who thought up this idea? I want to know. I demand to know! Up next on the list, we have I've Got a Brand New Land to Find, and you can come with me. A Wurzels parody. A Wurzels parody. I am Bristolian. This is a dream. And the song's good. Combine Harvester parody. And they managed to twist it. The art style for the music video is really appealing as well. It's like a really like pop-out-y, cut-out sort of, you know. And it's Wurzels. It's fucking Wurzels. I'm not going to put an amazing though, because that would be biased. So because this song is not as good compared to Amazing Night, I'm going to have to put it in good. But, oh man, I'm glad. I'm glad they parodied something that is close to my heart.
It's more than goals, it's more than goals. We know that football's more than goals. It's more than goals, it's more than goals. We know that football's more than goals.
I am so relieved to say this, and I bet you will be too. Last but not least, in the Good Citizen category, is the football song. History of football, right in the midst of the Euros, which, let's be honest, has been pretty fucking boring. I have more enjoyment watching the other groups. Regardless, it's nice they did a football song, and the fact they showed the best team in the video, come on you fucking toffees, it's based from the get-go, obviously. But it's an interesting song, provides a lot of good history. Sweet, that's the last one. The last one. On to Amazing Night. Jesus. Let's just have a look at how many songs I've got to cover on Amazing Night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh. 45! 45! Amazing Night. These songs are all welcome at the round table.
Meet my family. 9 children, my husband and me. And I still look this good.
And just like that, we're on Amazing Night. First up on the list, we have Meet My Family. This is a new season song, and surprisingly, it bangs. We've had to change Victoria and Albert at some point, once the old actors left. But the new actors do a fantastic job. I also had no idea Victoria had so many children, like fucking hell. 9 children? Like fuck!
Who's the fragile one? We had to really protect him, 'cause his skin bruises like a plum.
And that's not fun.
Meet my family. Beatrice would always take care of me.
Number 9.
And that's my family. I love them unconditionally.
We're the cousins who ruled over dozens. King George, Kaiser Willy. When the century started, we could hardly be parted. But that was all before the frightful First World War.
And next up on the list, we have the World War I cousins. I'm surprised this got so many more views than some of the actual classics, but then again, I did see this thumbnail around more than most. And it's a great song. It's good fun to listen to. The goofy little instruments they used really amplified the mood of the song, and it had me going back again and again.
Royal fun if a little weird. Drove advisors round the bend. The woman friendship has to end. We're relations crowned by our nations, Great Britain, Russia and Germany. When our governments fell out, peaceful relations put in down, conditions perfect for the frightful First World War.
Coming up next on the list, we have Love Rats. And I'd like to add the comments under this video. Oh my fucking god. Thanks! This is where I found out who my type was. Matthew Baton. I like Matthew Baton very much. I always have and I always will. He's the only one I love and look up to. Love Rats covers all the horrible lovers in history, such as Emperor Nero, who was guy was a psychopath, man. Like, Horrible Histories doesn't cover like all of the atrocities that he did, but some of the, look him up on Wikipedia, man, if you are of age. Don't look him up if you're not of age. I wouldn't recommend it, but I mean, it's history, you know, you're gonna learn it eventually. But fucking hell, the guy was a psycho. He's a strange guy. You've also got William the Conqueror, Henry VIII. I didn't realize William the Conqueror would be on the song, but I learned that he's a bit of a woman beater. So that's yeah. But it's I love this song. I really like this song. It's parodized Love Cats by The Cure, which I really like. I don't mind a bit of The Cure, and they parodized it really well. And Matthew Baton's in there, so you know, gets all the simps going. All the Matthew Baton. Sorry, but yeah, an amazing song. Love the instrumental. Love the Cure parody, and I just love seeing the old cast again. I just love the this video is so fun. It's so fun, so jivey. So on to the next one, buddy.
Fairy cakes, baby ducks, warm winter mittens, snowflakes on puppies and cute cuddly kittens. One of these might be your favorite thing, but not me. It's scary. That makes me go zing.
Up next on the list, we have Death coming along for his first single, and it fucking bangs. It's a parody of My Favorite Things, and the way they picked that is fucking genius, because there's the comparison, you know, all the good things, all the good stuff, and then you got Death going like, I love it when people get their heads chopped off, I love it when people get branded, I love it when people get shit thrown at them, you know what I mean? And Simon Farnaby will always be Death. This song is fucking amazing.
Back and hair stealing from Edinburgh's graves. Yes, these are a few of my personal faves. Creepy, weepy. Do I prefer pustules or boils?
Wanna know some of my favorite things? Torture and fire and screaming of sinners, bludgeoning, burning and eating of livers, breaking and slicing and splitting of limbs. These are a few of my favorites.
Lucifer, why do you think you can just come in here and say what you want? Like, I didn't fucking ask in the Cuphead one with Cala Maria, and I'm not asking now. Just fuck off! You're the devil! How in any shape or form is that harsh?
I mean, I have feelings too, you know.
Do you know what? That's brilliant, mate. Tell you what, bring that up to someone who fucking cares!
Fine. You won't hear the last of me yet.
Oh, scary! Oh, shiver my timbers! Shut up, man!
For 40 years I ruled alone, shed all those tears while on the throne. What got me through the pain and hurt was clinging to the memory of Albert.
I loved her so, my darling Vicky. So much, you know, almost made me sicky. I was not in.
Next up on the list, we have Victoria and Albert. This song is beautiful. I was really emotional when this song came out when I was little. I was like, oh no, she's weeping over her love. It's such a lovely love song. And funnily enough, another Queen Victoria and Albert song. But who fucking cares? They're a power couple. Fuck, go them! Go them! The music video really accentuates all the emotions, and it makes you feel sorry for Queen Victoria for ruling all those years once Albert died, being so alone. And it just, it's just such a good song. It's such a good song.
We were a real celebrity pair. Queen Vic,
First Albert.
Square,
The press watched every smile and flirt.
called us Alboria, but I preferred Big Bird.
Or you can call me Al.
My goodness. Look at that boat. At St. K?
But isn't that boat the white ship? King Henry's son Willem of Dellen is on board that boat. Oh, yeah.
We sail big boats, but they make us cry.
Next up on the list, we have a really new song. Like, recording this audio now, it was uploaded about 2 weeks ago. And getting Amazing Night on first listen, being a new song, isn't a bad feat at all. This song parodies, I like big butts and I cannot lie. And they change it to Big Boats, which is a subtly nice change, and it still rolls off the tongue like the original. And this is another Ethan Lawrence cameo. It's nice seeing him get some screen time.
Yo, yo! MC King Gustavus Adolphus on the decks.
Well, on the deck.
I built big boats to put Sweden on the map. The first launch and the crowd began to clap. The vessel was a beaut, cost us a loot. One gust of wind and she got sunk. Errors when it was built made the ship over tilt. Its hatches split asunder and the water dragged her under.
Everything your teacher says is proved to be a fable. There never was an Arthur, nor the knights, nor a round table.
Up next on the list, we have a Season 1 song. It's not true. Teacher's such a liar. Your pants are catching fire. There was never a friar tuck. It's not true. It's a great concept, and to this day I reference this song in my head all the time. Mostly the teacher's such a liar part, which I aptly fucking just sang, obviously. It's sequenced in a way that is so damn catchy. I love the debunk songs. You learn so much from them, and it's such a good subject to cover. But one small issue in terms of singing it to children. What if they talked about Santa and the Easter Bunny? That would be an interesting family conversation.
Mummy, the policeman says Santa and the Easter Bunny isn't real.
Shit. What makes you think they're not true, honey? It's just a TV programme. What makes you think they're not true?
Well, it's called Horrible Histories, so it must be true. Because the little rat thing says it's supposed to be 100% accurate. Does that mean Santa isn't real?
Oh, fuck.
I am the pharaoh of Egypt, but I get up before everyone.
Next up on the list, we have Wake Like an Egyptian. This is the first animated song out of this series, I think, in the style of the Terry Deary books, which I really enjoyed. And the song was really fast-paced from start to finish, leaving no time for breaks, showing the intensity of an Egyptian pharaoh's routine. I really enjoyed it. And the fact that this is a parody of Walk Like an Egyptian, and they're taking it literally, and it just feels so natural, is amazing. The visuals were great, the singing was great, and the Amun Ra, bring us the day.
All the priests in the temple pray.
Amun Ra, bring the day.
All waiting for the sun to wake for the Egyptians.
Had a really good repetitiveness to it. Yeah, amazing.
Living God,
Like Amun Ra,
and the pharaoh's work is never done. All the priests in the temple say,
Hatshepsut, you must do this every day.
it's not that much fun to wake like an Egyptian. I love to be a British queen. I am Victoria, you see. Now where's my British butler with my British cup of tea?
Tea is not from Britain, ma'am, from India it was brought. Yes, for your copper thousands died and many wars were fought.
Up next on the list, we have British Things! British Things! This one was definitely a favourite when I was younger, and a mind blower at that. I never realised that quite a lot of our quote-unquote British coined things aren't actually British. The chorus is so simple but so catchy, and guaranteed to stay in your mind for a while after listening to it. I'm only just mentioning this song, and it's already popping in my mind. The way that Victoria starts to get more and more angry as the song goes on is fucking hilarious. It's an excellent song, which should be coined as another Queen Victoria win.
Thought that there were many British things, British things.
Afraid there's hardly any.
October 58, and we first began. In black and white we started.
Our first viewer was your nan.
That means for over 60 years we've been on your TV screen.
But there's some bits, if we're honest, that we wish you hadn't seen.
Next up on the list, we have the history of Blue Peter. Now, I'm going to say something controversial, which might lose me some reputation or aura that people call today. I've never watched Blue Peter. Yeah, alright, I'm sorry, okay? I never watched it when I was younger. Alright, fucking hell! I would have ranked it higher if I watched it. That's all I'm going to say. Okay, alright, that's enough. That's enough now! I love the storytelling in this song, because it made me more familiar of what Blue Peter is all about. It gave me a good insight, and it's a great song. I've only just noticed as well, little side rant, we've got a Game of Thrones celeb in the cast, who was literally right in front of me, and I couldn't see it until now. That's fucking Yara Greyjoy, innit? That's Gemma Whelan. Holy shit! Tom Staunton also did a great job in this song, and although it's not particularly Horrible Histories coded, it still was a great song and a fun listen.
Cash for charity, and we are live. We do it live. So far over 60 years, in 60 more we'll still survive. We'll keep on giving badges, always have a friendly pet. There's so much more to come, we've hardly started yet.
We got a tower. We got a white tower
in London. Horrible Histories, can you do me like a favour while I'm doing my ranking? For fuck's sake, please stop making so many songs! Thank God this one wasn't shit, because I would have had to go all the way back and pulled all of the clips back with all the individual little shots, individual little edits. Oh, fuck, if I did that, I'd die! I'd fucking die! But admittedly, it's probably the lowest Amazing Night I've ranked, but still past good, I would say. I'm never going to finish this fucking list at this rate. I bet you, as once I've finally finished, they're just going to make more. They're just going to make more. I've got to finish this video as soon as possible. But yeah, this song was good. Amazing. It had a nice funky beat. It had some good history behind it. And, you know, the cast members who sang it, they sang it well. Yeah.
Let's talk polar bears. They had one that swam in the Thames. It's been a Minter Royal Zoo, a castle protecting you. It was wood when it was new, now it's a museum. For Samuel Pepys and Anne Boleyn, Henry's fifth wife Catherine, Guy Fawkes and more like him was a prison. Here's a legend for you.
Next up on the list, we have the English Civil War song, where it follows a kind of West Side Story theme, which I do like. I like the concept, and the song itself is sweet. The colour contrast of the costumes between the Roundheads and Cavaliers, and the choreography is on point. It's almost musical theatre themed, which I'm not particularly against if it's done right. I wouldn't say this is one of the best classics, but I will say it deserves its knighthood. Amazing.
Abolished.
We've got another win for the Civil War, as up next on the list we have the Chaotic Civil War, which is a new Civil War song. I just came across this while I was reviewing the songs, and I gave it a listen. A parody of war? What is it good for? I can get behind this. It's not as good as the English Civil War song, but it still holds a knighthood as its own. Yeah, pretty good.
Monarchy disbanded.
Next up on the list we have Oh It's a New World. It wasn't claimed by the native, when we claimed it. Oh, it's a new world. I tell you, I could be a singer. Honestly. It's a parody of New York. This song is so charming, especially the rap. And the fact that they have the OG idiots in this song, except for Jim. You know, I wish Jim was in this song, but, you know. It ensures that the song has various different rap styles, keeping it interesting. My favourite part has got to be Matt's rap style in this verse. I always find myself repeating it fucking randomly out of nowhere. The fucking, but the Neverland could never be the land that we planned, couldn't stand to remain.
But in the end, seemed the Netherlands would never be the land we planned, couldn't stand to remain. It's New Hampshire.
Where I'm from Newcastle, can we call it Newcastle?
Nah.
It's a new world.
Welcome to our monastery, please have a chair. Good to see you monks so deep in prayer. Once the praying's finished, your chores must be done. The main rule of a good monk's life is no fun.
Next up on the list, we have the Monk song. I really disliked the song at first, but after a couple listens, I realised it's goofy for the sake of being goofy. And the two styles of this song, the bishop part where it's all like all serious, and then it goes to the funky part where it's like boom down down down. It provides a nice contrast, but monks, please wait a little bit before you switch. He's literally in the fucking doorway. I like the fact that Terry Deary, the creator of the original Horrible Histories books, makes a cameo as the bishop. It's almost like a Stan Lee moment, and the guy just looks like he would be fun to be around. He has that aura about him. Just a funny song, and it ended up being a very enjoyable listen.
Get down! It's not all hymns and praying. It's not all work and no playing. So let's start misbehaving and get with the funk. We love to have a party. Eat food that is hearty. Let's get the boozing started. Drunk like a monk.
Play that monkey music, funk boy.
What is going on here? Breakfast!
Our accents are weird, but we're not sophisticated.
Next up on the list, we have Norman style. I do not care. I don't care. This is such a fucking funny song. It's outdated so badly because Gangnam Style and all that stuff. But it was dated for the time, so I'm gonna let them off on this one. But it's got some catchiness to it, man. You see, I fucking hated this song to its core when I first listened to it. But as soon as I thought, you know, let's give these new seasons a fair shot, I ended up really liking it. And because of that, I'm ranking it amazing. I don't care. I do not care what any of you have to say. Next song.
This is Norman style. Riding Norman style. Haircut Norman style. Hands off Norman style. This is Norman style. It started with smoke and mirrors and what the butler saw. We had photos, but we wanted something more. So Dixon and Edison made something we can't ignore. Pictures that moved. They blew our brains as we sat there facing an oncoming train.
And up next on our list, we have The Moving Picture Show! I've come to the conclusion that I don't mind the later seasons. They show so much passion in their songs, and it's a big space to fill what the six idiots have left, and they give it their best shot. I know I've said this previously, but I think they deserve a lot more credit than they receive. Like, this song's only 19k views, but it deserves at least 50k. I love the Greatest Showman reference, the fact that he's dressed up as the showman and singing a Paradise Greatest Show. And there's plenty of movie references to sink your teeth in. Although it's not particularly horrible history, like some of the songs, I still appreciate that it's there, and it gives a good insight on the early stages of cinema. Amazing.
Now at home on your television, Star Wars and Ghostbusters were gigantic, but nothing ever really topped Titanic.
And Avatar, have you seen Avatar?
Yeah, okay, Avatar, don't be pedantic.
You haven't seen Avatar? You're gay, man. I'm not being funny. You are gay.
I'm not a famous surgeon, and I earn my daily bread by studying cadavers, which are bodies not long dead. One day, two suave young gentlemen appeared within my view.
I'm Mr. Burke.
I'm Mr. Hare.
How do you do?
Next up on the list, we have Burke and Hare. Before I say anything, I want to praise Matt for his fucking amazing portrayal of the psychopathic Scottish doctor. His shaking and laughing is just perfect.
Then Burke and Hare turned up again. My, how convenient! Another slab of fresh human organ, bones and flesh. Another gory sesh. Excellent views.
This song isn't too bouncy or intense, but it does well telling a story, and didn't need to be too flashy. They only really needed to use a couple scenes to tell their tale. When I first listened to this song, I went into it completely blind, and ended up being genuinely shocked when the twist came out about Burke and Hare being serial killers. The ending where he sharpens his knife still unsettles me to this day.
2 men were arrested, but one of them set free. Poor Burke was hanged, but happily his corpse was sent to me. Ooh, bit whiffy. Still, much to learn.
I'm sorry to say it, but people are right to simp on Matt. This guy does a fucking fantastic job.
In Britain's Georgian times, there were so many crimes, no time to hang each crook guilty of a felony. 'Cause there's no room to jail you, they send you to Australia to live in a newfangled penal colony.
Next up on the list, we have the Australia song. Another Martha lead, and it slaps. Paradised, I should be so lucky, 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 lucky. This song captivates you from the start, and it makes you want to get up and dance straight away with them. And the parody change of the chorus is so damn catchy, even to the point where I'm singing this version instead of the original. And when you go about doing that, you know it's good. You know the song is good.
Situation tricky, 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 tricky. Then a second fleet of ships was due aground. Some thought this was lucky, but illness had struck me. Half were dead or ill fever was spinning around.
See? This is the right way to do Elizabeth, okay? Not this terrifying shit! Next up on the list, we have another classic, another Tudor song. Not as overplayed as Divorced Bed and Died, but still very, very close. Luckily enough, this song still holds its weight, and isn't completely insufferable to listen to. Not that Divorced Bed and Died is, it's just that DBAD has become the standard song, and the song that everyone rates so highly. Like, just because it's the most popular doesn't mean it's the best one. Alright? That's the last I want to hear about DBAD. Okay? Alright. Sweet. Right. This song's beat fits perfectly as it is a mischievous sort of tone to it. I believe it's sort of parodying the glam rock genre, which kind of fits because the Tudors were sort of glitz and glam, you know? And it's a great song. It tells a great story about the Tudors and their reign over British history. I don't think there's anyone who can play Henry VIII and Elizabeth as good as Martha and Ben can, honestly. No one. Literally no one. Not even the new season people. I'm sorry, like, they're just, it's too big a boots to fill.
Then wife two had another.
A girl? Not again.
Oi! That's me you're talking about!
Tudor, superior to Utah, who followed me as ruler.
Best not to ask.
Founding fathers.
Next up on the list, we have Founding Fathers. Yet another season takes the Amazing Night spot. Founding Fathers. It's got some more American history for you guys. They don't just cover British history here, which I do like. I love the exaggerated 1D type vibe as well. And the beat is a real dance anthem. I'm starting to really like this new cast.
No tax without representation.
Time to rise with our own nation. We like the revolution. Dump Britain, the solution. All the wise and strong and smarter. Each of us a founding father.
Next up, we've got Lucretia and Giovanni, Geoffrey and Cesare, Italian Miami, the Borgia family. Nailed it. The Addams Family was a great choice of song to parodize the Borgia family. It has that mystery, spooky kind of tone to it. Jim's portrayal of Pope Alexander is so fucking charming. It's so funny.
In my quest for power, I splashed my cash to all the papal cardinals in hope that they'd be bought. They were, in short, and I became the Pope.
And then obviously Matt plays the bad boy Cesare thirst trap to get all the fangirls foaming at the mouth, you know. Matt's such a bad boy! Ah! It's a great song though. Definitely one I keep coming back to, purely for the music video and the build-up of the song, and how everything falls apart in the end. I'd like to add, I wish that Ben, or that kid, Joffrey, had a chance to have a verse, but I guess there wasn't enough space to fit him in, so I'll just have to let it go. But, yeah, amazing.
We will marry son Geoffrey, age 12, but so what soon will be the Borgia, Sforza, and the Naples family.
I'm a Welsh noble, I mobilise Wales against the English. England, go!
Next up on the list, we have Owain Glyndwr. 2 years in Newport and I still can't speak the fucking language. We finally got some Welsh reputation for once, and the Tom Jones mashup gave a really fresh and nice touch to it. I'm fully convinced they wrote this part just for Jim to show off his vocals, because let's be honest, Jim is the best voice out of the 6 idiots. And I will fucking fight you if you disagree with me.
So I decided to take up the mantle, was given the handle of Prince of Wales. You don't have to be Welsh to feel Welsh pride. Even Kingsman Henry Hotspur ended up on my side.
I bet you think the Stuarts were an English dynasty.
But we only came to England when the crown belonged to me.
Our clan may hail from Scotland, but our tale's not a bonny one, you say.
Next up on the list, we've got the Blue-Blooded Blues. Scottish royalty wasn't the luckiest, cursed with the Blue-Blooded Blues. They nailed the Scottish accents and nailed the song. The chorus is insanely catchy and the storytelling is brilliant. I'll be honest, this is definitely one of the earlier season songs I've missed, but I'm very happy to have discovered it.
Some say I was a fool. Once fell off my horse and hurt myself quite badly. How uncool. Ended up with a limp.
I like to spend it, I like to spend it, got so much I can't spend it. Here, have some, you spend it.
Next up on the list, we have I like to spend it, I like to spend it. This song is so good, man. Like, the minute I heard the I like to move it beat, I knew this either was going to be a banging parody or a shit show. And they picked the right subject and cadence to focus on, which I'm so happy, because that means I don't have to go back and burn it, which is great for me because I can just keep plowing through this fucking ranking. We're actually almost there, Scabs. Just stay with me here. We're an hour and a half here already. Alright? You've got this far. Just keep going.
Doctor, my wife and her maids, couple of issues and can't forget slaves, and 500 heroes in silk, heroes in silk, 500 heroes in silk, heroes in silk.
Next up on the list, we have I Can't Go On. Now bear in mind, when I was looking for this song, YouTube thought I was talking to them, like I was, you know, I can't go on, you know what I mean? It's a nice feature though, just not what I meant. I'm only trying to rank a video, I'm not trying to kill myself. The The atmosphere was set as soon as the song started, and once that chorus hit, I knew exactly what the mood of this song was and what they were going for, and the vocals hit that sweet spot for sure, amplifying the entire track. This song tells the tale of Cleo's tragic love story with Mark Anthony, as Octavia defeats her and tries to capture her. She sings about her story that she can't go on anymore, and Mark Anthony can't go on without her. So it's a tragic story of death, separation, and love. I wish I could get the music video for this, but this is the only one I can find. So credit to Stuart McNair for uploading this. On to the next one. Who's that? No! It's fucking Rowan Atkinson, what? Brain chopper.
Swiftly, next up on the list we have A Little More Reformation.
That was the worst Mr. Bean impression I've ever done. I think I've done better than that before. Anyway, A Little More Reformation is the next on this list. Rowan Atkinson finally makes his appearance, and it's of Henry VIII of all people. This song would be on Killer King if not for one small issue. When you listen to this song's quality, I thought it was like my audio quality. Like I thought I had it turned down a bit. No, turn it full volume and the quality's just really weird. Like, I don't know if that's to add to like stage ambience, but I don't like it, man. I really don't like it. But this song's great. Rowan's singing's hilarious and one of the great celebrity cameos on this show. I like the little additional Elvis references as well, like Jailhouse Rack being, you know, Jailhouse Rock, and Suspicious Minds. You know what I mean? It's cool little details like that you can scope out that makes the song really interesting. It's just a shame that, you know, the audio quality wasn't sort of the same as all the other, you know, all the other songs. But it's still good. Still amazing. Yeah.
Teddy!
Here's the tale of me, Matilda, and my fight with cousin Stephen to succeed Henry first throne.
My wife's also called Matilda.
Next up on the list, we have Gimme Gimme Crown, or some people call it the Norman Family Tree song. I'm going to call it Gimme Gimme Crown, but you know, each to their own. A comment puts this song perfectly, saying this song is as much of a history of ABBA as it is a history of the Norman family tree. See me, I love a bit of ABBA every now and then, even if it's associated with middle-aged mothers. I don't care, I don't give a fuck. ABBA slaps, alright? I don't care what you say to me. I love all the ABBA references that they have in this as well. Dancing Queen and Mamma Mia, to name a few, cleverly slipped into the song. The story is definitely told through the beat switches, and structured like a truly amazing ABBA parody.
In 44, we turned the war. D-Day made sure the foe retreated.
Next up on the list, we have Your Finest Hour. Now, I may be wrong, but I'm getting a heavy Frank Sinatra My Way vibe from this, and I dig it. Jim is just an amazing vocalist, honestly. If the song is well written, it usually succeeds with him behind the mic. And Jim always plays a great Churchill, so, you know, the impressions, the way he presents himself, it's just Churchill, isn't it? It's Jim's Churchill.
We are the suffragettes. Think you know some fierce girls? You ain't heard nothing yet.
A lass called Millie Fawcett, founder of our cause, started the battle for our rights, argued the government should change the laws. Here is how she stated our plight.
Next up on the list, we have the best suffragette song in this list. The OG suffragette song. It's not killer enough to make it to Killer King, but this song still has a special pick a pepper. Fuck! This song still has a special place in my heart, and I have a lot of time for it. I especially like the megaphone part in the bridge.
Listen, please take the mic. We became more extreme. Derby Day, June 13, in front of King and Queen, committed sacrifice supreme. Crept unseen between the teeming crowds, watching the race, and threw myself under a horse to try and make our pace.
And the way they tell the story is satisfying.
We can't give women votes. If they're so stupid, they'll do that.
We're girlies from the 30s, wash the dishes, scrub the floor. When all of a sudden our hubbies went to war. Did you think we'd shrink in England's needy hour? You what? Of course not, 'cause we got girl power.
Next up on the list, we have another amazing OG female lead song, the World War II Girls. It's another classic that's always on the rotation. Again, not killer enough to make it past Amazing Night, but anything past the stakes or the stocks should be appreciated in the aspects that the song does well. And this song does everything well, minus some personal preferences. This song shows all the different types of jobs the women used to do in World War II, presenting the variety of roles they served while the men fought in the war. And it's an interesting listen. I love the chorus. I speak my scripts like I'm running a fucking marathon. Why am I so out of breath?
Good evening. I'm Aristotle, ancient Greek philosopher.
And I'm Archimedes, inventor, physicist, mathematician, engineer.
And big head. You know the caveman gave us wool. Roman soldiers built the road. Egypt's pyramids were buildings at their peak.
But when we talk of great invention, it's important that we mention a special race who really were unique.
Next up on the list, we have We Are Greek. See, this song didn't need to be intense or pop-outy to be amazing. All it needed was Jim and Matt singing softly about being a Greek, and the inventions that they did. The chemistry those two have is undoubtable, and they so effortlessly bounce off each other so naturally, which makes this song so damn charming.
Chic and sleek,
so to speak, our success was not a freak.
But working hard was how we got our kicks. We created the first siren.
And the first soldering iron.
The Olympics. Well, that was quite a busy week.
Oi! Here's the thing, I'm the king. I have ministers of millions, well a few. So let me tell you about my court life. Most days I'm awake by 5 a.m. I love clocks. I'm a dull man who likes
I'm gonna have to
food.
stop you right there, because egg and toast is not dull food. Egg on toast is fucking elite. Alright? Do not call it dull. Do not! Next up on the list, we have George III, Court Life. I'll be honest, I had no idea this song existed, but I'm definitely not shying away from a Blur parody, and especially a Blur parody starring Simon's George III, which, like Death, was another character that really only belonged to Simon, and I haven't really seen any other actors play George III, other than Larry Lewin, who gives a great effort, but Simon's gotta be the best.
I'm a sausage. Sizzle, sizzle, sizzle.
Simon's mannerisms fit perfectly for this song, a wacky Blur song like Park Life for the equally wacky George III. Amazing.
Did I tell you I like clocks? I don't like loud knocks on the door. It enrages my sense of enormous well-being. Quiet life.
Away were waivers highly skilled till things were mechanized. Craft and artisanship killed, a threat to all our lives.
Next up on the list, we have Luddite, the Technology Haters. This one is definitely a fan favourite, ranked number 1 on Watch Mojo, which I don't particularly agree with, but it's still an absolute banger. The song starts off intense straight away, and the chorus always ends up sitting in my head whenever I go back and listen to it. The cast also looked like they had so much fun recording this one. The genre choice was very clever in this song, having the Luddites play heavy metal, which they're abhorrently against. An amazing listen.
We're the Georgian Navy, we've never been beat. Thanks to Admiral Nelson, commander of the fleet.
The only things I've ever lost are this eye and this arm.
Yes, playing with these balls can really do you harm.
Up next on the fucking list, we have the Georgian Navy in it. Georgian Navy! Georgian Navy! Way! Fucking hell! Lunch! It's a football song about joining Nelson's Navy. loaded with football terminology and an upbeat mood. Love a good football anthem, and if this video comes out when England win, we're gonna sing one more than you! Way, fucking way! Let's drink a Stella! Way!
England! Sort of. England! Well, no, it's not. We're gonna sing one more than you.
In 776 BC, Olympics were begun. Greece was the only country, so naturally we won. Cheats built bronzes of God's use. Were we honest winners? The answer's no. We had more statues than you've had of dinner.
Next up on the list, we have Flame. I'm gonna burn forever. I don't even know if that's the lyrics, to be honest, but yeah, I think that's around the, Anyway, I don't think I'd see a song dedicated to the Olympics, but I'm happy it exists, and picking the song Fame to use Flame is such a fitting choice for the song. And the beat is so fucking good. It has that 80s flavor to it, and everyone does an amazing job. I had no idea the Olympics had to be restored because of Nero's reign. I mean, obviously, Nero was a cunt. We all know that from watching the episodes of Nero where he burns all the Christians in the candles and stuff like that. And the song about Nero that's going to be coming up soon. He's just a prick. He was a massive prick. But obviously, they didn't cover everything that Nero did because they'd be cancelled. Because he was a weird guy. A weird guy. But just when you think the song is over, Ben comes in and changes up the tempo with his French accent.
Rome had them banned. It's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over, it's over. Shame. Wait, not so fast. I'm Baron de Coubertin, a famous French historian. I read of the Olympic Games, thought I should try restoring them. They'd be just like the old days, I said, but did propose that unlike Greeks, Victorians should do them wearing clothes.
I love this song. It's so damn underrated. I don't hear of it enough, unfortunately. But this one gets the knighthood.
Yeah. Ooh. I wandered lonely as a cloud that floats on high o'er vales and hills, when all at once I saw a crowd. Yeah.
Next up on the list, we have the romantic poet songs. And just a comment, okay? This list isn't in order. It's all in one category before you say anything. This is another one of the songs that I absolutely fucking detested when I first listened to it. Because you're hearing it now. It sounds really, really shit.
Beauty is truth, and truth is beauty. You're just a cockney oik, no need to be snooty. Nature is a crazy mama, the key to life and all its drama. Romantics love to get the feels. We imagine big, we don't keep it real.
But fucking hell, it grew on me. And it will grow on you too if you keep listening to it. It has that exaggerated override of auto-tune and a boy band type feel to it that gets me every time. The variety of styles the romantic poets offer is so funny. This was in the stakes, first of all, like, it was undoubtedly the stakes. But then once I kept listening to new and new songs, I know I keep repeating myself, I'm running out of shit to do. I've got... But I just couldn't get enough of it. You gotta listen to it a couple times. Please just listen to it a couple times. You'll know where I'm coming from. Especially the Mary Shelley part where she does the hand gestures and she goes, "One terrifying story of mine inspired me to write Frankenstein." He goes,
"One terrifying story of mine inspired me to write Frankenstein."
That scary monster is your claim to fame.
Yeah, and people still think Frankenstein was the monster's name.
"That scary monster was your claim to fame." It's just, I don't know how to describe it. It's just good. It's just good.
Of all the kings called Henry, I'm the one you've rarely heard. Shakespeare wrote 4, 5, 6, 8, but 7, not a word. People think I'm dreary. To some extent I am. But look a little closer.
Thank you, man!
Next up on the list, we have the original Tudor. Another Tudor song that I feel is rated too low by most tier lists. It deserves so much more praise, especially for its credits to glam rock, David Bowie, etc. That intro too. Glam bam, thank you, man! That fuck is so sick. Yeah, this song isn't killer or godlike, but it still has elements that make it unique and catchy, and Matt always plays his characters so well as per usual. The visuals though, like, am I high or am I tripping? Have I taken like a tab of acid by accident? Like, what the fuck is going on?
That's right, that's me.
It was a cruel necessity, something of a mess, but he's a right Charlie, too proud a king to work with HMP.
Next up on the list, we have Cruel Necessity, which is a parody of Jungle Book's Bare Necessities, and it represents the opposite side, Cromwell. The chief of being as boring as fucking possible. The song isn't boring though. The song is very upbeat and bouncy and deserving of the knighthood. Does a parody well. Stuart McNair coming in clutch again with the re-upload. Come on my boy, let's go.
Instead, all landed on my plate. Had to go and fight in Dublin. Leaving dolts in charge was troubling. I ditched the...
And so, ladies and gentlemen, for one night only, would you please welcome to the stage Mr. William Shakespeare.
My name is Shakespeare William. I own the feather quill. I am the writer most familiar to you.
So this is the third to last song. Just to let you know, we're almost done with Amazing Night. We're almost done. Next up on the list, we have William Shakespeare and the Quills. We are now coming to an end. This is our final Shakespeare song, and it's the first ever OG Matt Shakespeare in a calm little piano lead. Sit down anthem, all about the phrases that came from him. No issues with this song. Very deserving of his knighthood. Probably one of the closest to Killer King. Yeah, I like it.
He is the biz. All the world's a stage. They call me Billy Whiz. May seem kinda scary, I'm a walking dictionary. Sturdy with the wordy Shakespeare.
I'm Marcus Licinius Crassus. No rich man can ever surpass us. Wanted people to say I was brave, but lost my first fight and hid naked.
Second last on the list, we have Minted. A bonkers parody and a fucking classic. I love Minted so much. The only issue that stops it from being Killer King is that the rap feels quite rushed at times. Simon does his best, but I feel like he's speeding up to match the beat, and it feels a bit rushed at times. Other than that, it's an amazing song, and the vibe is immaculate.
There's Romans think they're minted, but they ain't rich like me. You can't call yourself loaded till you can buy an army. Ran wrong with Pompey and Caesar, they're more famous than me. But I'm the world's richest geezer, there's no one richer than me. I'm minted.
Okay, before we do the final song, let me mention a couple snippets that are still kind of songs, but I'd rather put them at the end because they're like 40 seconds long, like 30 seconds long. It's more just like a quick snippet with a bit of music. Because it's got music in it, I've got to include it because it's still a song, technically. And there'll be more in the next ranking because there's some that are better than others, okay? And then we'll go to the last one, okay? I'm not going to be giving any commentary on these adverts, but the ranking will tell all you need to know. So these are in Amazing Night because they deserve the knighthood. They're still good songs, but they're not enough to reach Killer King. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Right, back to the video.
You're just talking loud so you can reach the 2-hour mark.
Yeah, maybe. Who cares? What if I am? Huh?
Hi there! We've just come back from a Viking raid where we nicked loads of monks, which is great news for you if you're looking for a nice, well-behaved monk slave, because...
We sell any monk, any monk. We sell any monk. Fat ones, slim ones, bright ones, dim ones. We sell any monk.
Chatty death, my grisly interviews. Chatty death, the dead and famous too.
Fat Factory!
Fabulous Fat King's Fat Factory!
Yes, come down to our fat extraction factory.
Each army mechanic has to go to school. There's There's a war on, ladies. Learn to use a tool. All our fitters have to be first class.
And one is royal blue. The young princess who's changing this tire is future Queen Liz too.
One's gloves are ruined.
You can't get quicker than a Queen Fit fitter.
One's the one to trust.
At Queen Fit Fitters we get the job done.
We'll fix your truck right away.
Whatever you need, you can count on one.
Princess Elizabeth rules okay.
One doesn't rule yet.
You can't get quicker than a Queen Fit fitter. You can't get posher than a Queen Fit fitter. You can't get better than a Queen Fit fitter.
One's the one to trust.
Bring out your dead! Bring out your dead!
Here, will you take my Bert, will ya?
Plague, was it?
Yeah, you will give him a proper burial, won't ya?
Of course I will. I'll chuck him in a pit with all the others.
Oh, good, yeah, it's what he would have wanted. It's worrying, though, isn't it, this plague thing? You know, I mean, where's he come from?
Well, I'm glad you asked me that.
Bring out your dead! It is my pleasure to say this. Finally, on Amazing Night, we have another musical theatre type parody. The Plague Song. This song explains the Black Death of London that killed as many as 50 million in the Middle Ages. I like this song for its little snippets of where the dead come alive and join into the song, spouting words like,
Feel a little poorly, and then you start to swell. Then you start to spit some blood, and then you really smell. Then you know it's time to ring your funeral bell. Along comes Mr. Death and swishes you to hell.
and then finishing it off with a Ring a Ring a Roses dance, which is a notoriously known plague song. And in the end, everyone dies, which is just sad, really. Pretty sad. But that's it. That's Amazing Night. On to the next one.
Bring out your dead!
Killer King, these songs are worthy to wear the crown. I know I sound a bit like Jon Snow, but that's kind of the point, because he's a king. The king of the north!
Next on the list. Fuck. What do you mean next on the list? First on the list. First on Killer King, we have Napoleon Bonaparte. I'm sorry for shouting. I'm just so excited to finish this fucking video. It's been 3 months. 3 months. Help me. This is another gym song, and I am addicted to the beat and the chorus. This song is fucking sick. They go for the sort of dubstep lead, and then in with the chorus, they edge more towards like Daft Punk type vocals with the Napoleon Bonaparte, Napoleon Bonaparte. It's love it.
I didn't come to party, I came to get nasty. Just got to win at Waterloo, then I'll get back to ruling you.
I had 4 brothers, future kings.
Johnny.
Don't you know I'm still standing better than I ever did? Looking like a true survivor.
Johnny.
I'm feeling like a little kid.
It's Johnny! That's my son!
Next up on the list, we have I'm Out of Town. I'm on my tree. Don't wanna end up as Viking meat. I'm getting in, I'm staying tough. 1 minute they've had enough. Tom Resentful was an expected cameo from his time on the Plebs, but no one told me this guy could sing! And fucking hell, this song is good. Like, really good.
Really good?
The chorus is catchy, the lyrics are fucking brilliant. Just all-round good song, man. They killed it.
They say was nothing left but smouldering cakey goo. This story real, I must admit, it's not true. I'm out of town, but now I see a way to build a huge army. I'm hanging in, I'm getting tough. Quite soon those Vikings will have had enough.
Here's the story of a very old decree forced on King John as he made off with the revenue of us barons and the aristocracy. He took our land and for a laugh held our sons hostage too.
Up next on the list, we have Magna Carta! Magna Carta! This is a parody of 100 miles and I wanna walk. I'm just happy. Sorry, I'm so sorry. We'll continue. I'm so sorry. And the first new song that convinced me that these guys in Horrible Histories can still provide bangers. And the Magna Carta part of the chorus is so damn good and catchy. I'm bursting through these, alright? Because, you know, these songs are good. They don't need any criticisms. They're just good. They're on the list because they're killer. They kill it. These ones need no criticism whatsoever because they're one below godlike. Like, come on.
Our American Constitution incorporated his decrees.
And I believe 800 years has proved from ancient pioneers best British invention of all, apart of course from soccer ball. Magna Carta, Pachata, Magna Carta, it's a Parta, wash your doors at school. Magna Carta, just a starter, Magna Carta, nothing smarter, kings watch how you rule.
'Twas the age of Queen Victoria's, a period notorious. So many brand new goods we did create. Our list is long and glorious, though I don't intend to bore yous. Was a time of great invention.
Was it really? What did we invent then?
Well, I'm just about to mention. Drum roll, please, let's raise the tension. We invented this music hall.
Is that all?
Well...
Next up on the list, we have the Victorian Inventions song, which is an upbeat run-through of all the Victorian inventions in a musical theatre style. And come on, this woman here has got to be one of my crushes back in the day. Back in the day! I guess I have a type. I love the abrupt ending as well, where everything blows up. Like me when I see that woman, am I right?
Seems we're almost through. Just one little oversight.
Way back when, in the start, the beginning of time, there have been porcusons since telling little porcupines, and there was no way to check back then if someone was a liar. Unless you thought they were a witch, then you chucked her on a fire.
Following next on the list, we have the Fake News song. Flo and Joan are a comedy group that I never heard of, but since I listened to this song, I dig their shit, honestly. All they needed was a piano and a good flow to make a killer song. I love the little conflict bits as well, where they argue with each other, lying about random things, turning the song onto themselves to also say that the people that are telling you about fake news could also be making fake news themselves.
This is a shoe. That is a mop. It's a big old shoe. No, it is not. It's a size 4. Looks like a 3. You're wrong. I do believe everything that I read and hear and see must be real. Must be real. No doubt in me. No doubt, no sir. Is it true? Is it true? Do I care? Not at all. As long as it gets, what's it gonna get? 1 million shares.
Which is quite a good message. And
Use literacy, but share this video as much as you like. You can trust us. We never lie. We never lie.
I just died on your arms tonight.
Moving on.
Well, at first you looked so beautiful when you flew out of Fahrenheit. You set our world on fire, babe, but you didn't know when to stop.
The El Dude brothers are back in town.
Thought you could destroy us with your flaming attack, but there's only one direction, and now we're heading back. We're starting over again.
And up next on the list, we have the Rebuilding London song. I did not expect Robert Webb on Horrible Histories, but man, I am so happy to. His humour is always so versatile. He can switch from childlike humour to adult like it's nothing, and he's an amazing addition to this song. Such a likeable character Robert Webb is, from his time in Peep Show and his sketch comedy show with David Mitchell, the Mitchell and Webb look. Definitely one of my favourite British actors. And this guy can sing. It seems all these BBC actors can sing. And bro, they make bangers. The collabs, they make bangers, man. This one's so good!
Rising from the embers, our talent you'll remember. With Boyle, Hook and Red.
London will renew, but won't stop it when we're through.
We'll build the future again.
The earth spins round, the sun right round, not the other way round, way round.
Moving swiftly on, next on the list, we have The Earth Spins Round, the Sun Ray Round, not the other way round, ray round, round. Bro, they all fucking kill this song, honestly. The flow and the rap is flawless, and they're following a parody of You Spin Me Round, Right Round, which is another genius take for a parody. To go for the astronomers of history and talk about planets and shit, I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. And the retro style of the music video really amplifies the feel and the mood of the song. It's fucking so good. Please give it a listen, man. I know it's a new song, but bro, just listen to it.
Mechanical, my laws emotional, work without flaws. I made science seem much less trickier in my Principia with show of force. Can't help that it's matter of fact that all matter attracts. Let's break it down rationally. That the sun pulls the earth, pulls the moon, pulls the sea, even me. Yeah, that's gravity.
When I was a nipper, I boarded a clipper, sailed the seas as a goods importer. Oh, Edward teaches my name, but I earned my fame as Blackbeard, the pirate of the water. Oh.
Right, next up on this list we have Blackbeard. Jim tops the charts yet again for being just the best cast member and singer in Horrible Histories. Don't at me, just don't at me. I know what I'm talking about. I've ranked 145 songs, okay. This, in my opinion, is the only Blackbeard song we need. That shotgun parody of Blackbeard pales in comparison to this. It's nowhere near as good. Nowhere near.
The captive's lovely ring that shone like a jewel in the nighty. Oh, when the man said no, I just said oh, and chopped off his hand and said righty-o.
Man said no, he said oh, chopped off his hand and said righty-o. Rah-rah, Cleopatra.
Famous beauty coming at ya.
Rah-rah, Patrocleo.
Guys all go gaga for me, yo.
Next up on the list, we have Rah-rah, Cleopatra. If this isn't a classic, I do not know what is. This is one of the most highly rated songs in Horrible Histories, where in my opinion it doesn't reach the top 10, it's still a fucking brilliant song, and deserving of the crown.
Crowded throne, but then he died. Boo-hoo, so now I rule alone. Wow, 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 wow.
Oh, hail Lady Cleo.
Wow, wow, la, la.
Coolest pharaoh by far.
Next up on the list, we have Viking and Garfunkel. Another calming Jim and Matt song like We Are Greek. They seem to just bring such a soothing mood while also being effortlessly entertaining. And I especially like this song for the very extensive history of the Vikings and how they became very civilized in the end. And the Simon and Garfunkel impressions are flawless.
Think we're scary, no don't flee. Conquered Saxons would find we settled and lived in harmony. Viking land, though we began as raiders, so well planned. You accepted us as traitors.
And up next on the list we have Hieroglyphics. I may get stick for this because I'm ranking another kiddie song here and not including Work Terrible Work, but I just feel Hieroglyphics stands out a lot more than Work Terrible Work does. And at the end of the day, this is my opinion, so if you want to put it on your list, don't let me stop you, except you're wrong. This was probably one of the first songs I saw when I was a little kid, when I first watched Horrible Histories. That and a lot of the godlike songs that are coming up on the list. I'm not going to spoil it. You're just going to have to wait. It's been 2 hours and you still got to wait.
Rules are scientific, Don't have to be smart, all you do is start with simple phonetic glyphics. Next you get 2 letters a set, morphemes called logographic. Finally third, the form of a word, determinatives.
Horrific!
The famous Roman Empire
was the biggest, meanest neighborhood.
We fall with the baddest emperors.
And by bad, we don't mean good.
Next up on the list, we have the Evil Emperor's Song. This is yet another classic that everyone rates very highly. Although it's a kick-ass song, it doesn't quite make it to godlike for me, just because there are other songs that solo this one easily. Still, Bad deserves the crown as it is a killer song. The beat follows a Michael Jackson parody, showcasing all of the bad Roman emperors throughout the Roman Empire, with no doubt Nero being the fucking worst, having to have 2 extra verses. But yeah, this song kills it.
Christians for no reason, just a fun game I played, you know. Poisoned my stepbrother, ordered men to kill my mother, tried to drown her but she fled, so I had her stabbed instead.
Wait, there's more.
Of Egyptian kings we know oh so many things, 'cause the archaeologists have dug their tombs. Now we're here to show how to treat a dead pharaoh, make a mummy that can decorate your room.
Third to last on the list, we have Making a Mummy. Yes, we're on our way to godlike soon. Jim just keeps on winning. The making of a mummy may not sit high on your list, but on mine, it's a hilarious tutorial with catchy lyrics and deserving to sit on the throne. I love the little bits where Jim just gets randomly scared out of nowhere by just turning around and looking at the mummy. It breaks the song up a bit and makes it a very funny listen.
Artificial eyes. Hello. In the coffin cold lay out prayers and little scrolls that will guard him on his journey far ahead. Pack his tomb with wealth, which he'll need for his health, if he makes it to the country of the dead.
I lived a happy life till I was 10 years old, when death landed Dad in prison and our country house was sold. Lodged with a lady in her London flat so cold, worked at a boot polish factory, labelling jars quite dull all told. Goodness only knows I was a miserable soul.
Second to last on the list, we have Charles Dickens. We've got our first Morrissey parody, and this one is that good, I forgot how the original sounded. I'm always singing, I was a miserable soul, instead of this charming man, because this is an example of when the parody does it so much better than the original. Honestly, killer.
Put my life into my books, friends and enemies and crooks, legal bosses up the crop, in the old curiosity shop, Fagin in Oliver Twist, a factory pal, you get the gist. And although my memory's quite foggy, got Scrooge from the grave of Ebenezer Scrooge.
Alexander is my name, Macedonia's most famous commander. History calls the great, but I prefer the greatest. A king aged only 20 when my dad assassinated. Advisors called for calm, but frankly peace is overrated. Crushed rebels in Greek city-states, so thousands of the martyrs. Made short labor of my neighbors, and that was just for starters. Full-time fighter.
Finally, on the Killer King list before we go to the adverts, we have Alexander, full-time fighter. This is another low-rated song, which I really don't understand. The chorus is fucking epic, and the whole song kicks ass for real. For real!
Egypt's Alexandria, named for the greatest man alive. I was now Pharaoh and king of Persia, not bad for 25. Alexander, victorious fighter.
Now we've got the killer adverts before we go on to Godlike. You're almost there, Scabs. You're almost there. But I bet you're having a fucking fantastic time, aren't you? I bet you don't want it to end. You do not want it to end. Do you? Do you? Fucking do you?
Stay calmer when you want to hum a llama. Call a llama farmer.
I'm an Incan emperor, and tomorrow I go into battle with one of the jungle tribes. So I wondered if you would do a sacrifice for me.
Oh boy, there goes another 1,000 llamas.
Stay calmer when you want to hum a llama. Call a llama farmer.
Pull the brain out through the nose.
Mummification.
Know where each organ goes.
Mummification.
Be careful you don't quiver.
Mummification.
When you yank out the liver.
Mummification.
And the stomach, lungs and guts.
Mummification.
Try not to be a klutz.
Mummification.
Choose the right canopic jaw.
Mummification.
Will be an embalming star. Don't cut the heart out with your knife.
I need it for the afterlife. It'll tickle your funny bone.
This always happens. We've got too many gods, it's impossible to choose.
God compare, God compare. When blood must flow wherein the nowhere. God compare, God compare, God compare, God compare, God compare, God.
These are spiritual beings.
Stupid deaths, they're funny 'cause they're true.
First up to join the gods, we have Stupid Deaths. Short and sweet and a fucking classic. Literally my favourite parts of this series is watching Stupid Deaths. And no matter how much you hear it, you'll never get sick of it.
I'm a knight.
I'm a knight.
And I'm a knight.
And our only aim in life is to fight.
We're going through this rapid. Next to join the gods. I don't know why I like this song, but I'm a knight. People would find this song pretty basic, but it touches a part in my brain where I just can't stop listening to it. It's most probably the happy-go-lucky attitudes the cast have when singing this song. It just makes it so likeable from start to finish.
I would joust. Well, I would fight a bear. Well, maybe a teddy bear. Oh, I can't.
And the little Monty Python parody aspect of it is the cherry on the top.
Our only aim in life is to fight.
I'm a knight.
I'm a knight.
And I'm a knight. We charge ahead, but never left or right.
We're never right.
Gonna cause a stink, won't be the first to blink. I'm not who you think, don't mess with me, I'm Boudica!
And next to join the gods, we've got Boudica! This is the only real Boudica parody we need, boys and girls. Martha is Boudica, Boudica is Martha, and this song will always be stuck in my head the minute I listen to it. This song is so well written and will forever sit with the classics.
Turn his sister into one angry chick. No man, Roman, or push around this woman, you won't get far with Boudica.
I am William Wallace.
Following the same sort of mood, we have William Wallace. And also following from the Scottish again. This is literally the Boudica story, but with William Wallace. Except it's taken to 11 in intensity, and I have so much time for it. Nothing more to say. This is a fucking banger!
William Wallace, Scottish rebel. This is what I cried. Many English fought me, and many English died. Here we come through the market square with our funny clothes and hair. Aristotle and Socrates, Plato and Diogenes, four fab scholars with our Greek philosophies.
Next up on the gods, we have We're the Thinkers. Now this has got to be one of the most funniest and most charming music video Horrible Histories has to offer. It has such an upbeat feel to it and all the actors' expressions are on point. It's so goofy, I love it. This is a parody of Hey Hey We're the Monkeys, and props to them for picking such a fitting song, because it's on point all the way through.
Hey, hey, we're the thinkers, mega brainy, ancient Greece.
Hey, all you helots, you zealots, you Peloponnesians, you Lacedaemons, all of Leonidas' army, let's get barmy for the Spartan School Musical! Go Spartans!
And up next to join the gods, we have the Spartan School Musical! Go Sparta! Another absolute genius take from the Horrible Histories here. Making a high school musical parody for the Spartans, the vicious, war-trained beasts, all showing their soft side in this amazing parody. The OG cast's expressions just say it all. They are definitely the best, man, no doubt about that. And the start, where it's like a pre-match briefing, it's so good, man. Oh, you helots, you zealots, you Peloponnesians, you Macedonians, all of Leonidas' army, let's get barmy with the Spartan School. I love it, man. It's so good.
We promise not to steal, we're not the thieving sort.
Stealing is considered good, what's wrong is getting caught.
Let's get beaten, now learn lies and cheating, now rolling at the Spartan School.
Following on the list of the gods, we have natural selection. Charles Darwin is next with this absolute slapper of a song. Now, it takes some time to get used to the way the song is sung, but once you've listened to it a few times, you'll get the progression of it, and you'll replay that shit like it's nothing. I mean, I do. Like the start where he just goes, natural selection means all animals evolve. I'm not sure what the parody is of it. Let me just think. Oh, no, of course! David Bowie! Changes! No way. Now I get why it's sung. Oh, that makes it so much better. Oh my god. Yes! Yes!
Natural selection means each animal evolved to blend with its surroundings. Changes were involved, so birds with different foods to seek seem to have developed different beaks, and over time they'd modified, so just the fittest of them all survived.
I'm William the Conqueror, my enemy stood no chance. They call me the first English king, although I come from France. 1066, the Doomsday Book I gave to history. So fat on death, my body burst, but enough about me. To help remember all your kings, I've come up with this song. A simple rhyming ditty for you all.
Next up to join the gods, we have William, Henry, Stephen, Henry, Richard, John, Oi, Henry, Ed, Rich, 2, no, 3 more Henrys, join our song, Edward, Richard, 3rd, Henry, Ed again, Mary, 1, Good Queen, Bess, Jimmy, Charles, and then Jim, Will, Mary, Anna, Gloria, George, Will, Victoria, Edward, George, 6, and Queen Liz to complete the mix. I still got it!
Now there's me, Charles 3.
Oh, they've done an updated version since the Queen has unfortunately passed away. They did Charles 3 in a really weird AI mouth tracker thing. That's pretty funny. How can you not like this song? This is probably, no doubt, the most popular Horrible Histories song out there, minus a few others. They cover all of England's monarchs in rapid fast time and create an absolute banger sing-along to follow it, which surprisingly helped me a ton in school, so I can thank them for that 100%. And the fact that I still know it till this day shows how prominent the song was back in the day, and even now. It's crazy.
Henry III built the Abbey, Ed 1 hated Scots. A red-hot poker killed Ed 2, that must have hurt him lots.
With imagination,
Inspiration,
Innovation,
and perspiration.
We revolutionized transportation!
And next to Join the Gods, we have the Transport Inventors song, a Grease parody that features Matt, Jim, Simon, Ben and Lawrence. Do I need to go any further? I knew it was going to be a banger from the start, honestly. That's it.
They were supreme, our mean machines, the stuff of dreams. We were creative, inventive, progress our incentive, always searching for a solution. We took some steel and a wheel, made a plane, car, train, and created a revolution.
Hard to believe what we achieved.
Looking back, we helped change time.
Transport was duller, we added color.
Well, as long as it's black.
Well, I'm a real-life cowboy, just a quiet, humble fella.
That's what we're like, apart from mine.
Yeah, I'm more of a yeller.
Next up to Join the Gods, we have the Cowboy song. This song just feels so warm, and it gives me this weird sense of calmness whenever I listen to it. This is just a personal favourite. It's hard to explain why I like it so much. Nostalgia perhaps, or maybe the amazing fart solo.
Now Mike will do a solo thanks to Beans.
How was that?
It stunk. And
all I know is that this song hits the sweet spot just right.
we're cowboys, real life cowboys, not like the ones you've seen in the movies.
We're not big hunks like that John Wayne,
'cause our horses would complain.
if you still wanna be a cowboy.
Join us, please.
I'm Pachacuti, the Incan lord, all other tribes dreaded. My name means he who shakes the earth, not that I'm big-headed.
Now we've got 3 more godlike tiers before we've got the top 10. My favourite top 10 songs. Up next, to Join the Gods, we've got Pachacuti. How can we make a terrifying Incan who dismembers his victims and uses them as mugs and cutlery? Get Matt in there, create a dance that will live to be an absolute classic in the books. When people think the classics, no doubt Pachacuti isn't far off that list. Matt's growing expressions in the song make it both equally charming and terrifying at times. It makes for a perfect mix. Fucking brilliant.
And that little lie helped us win wars, but violence helped the most. I drink from their skull, pull out their teeth hole, turn teeth into charms, make flutes out of their arms.
Second to last on the God tier, we have the theme song. The thing that started it all from the get-go. The theme tune of a series needs to stick, you know? It needs to be catchy, replayable, and memorable. The theme tune ticks all of these boxes and more. Introduces you perfectly to what you're about to watch, covers different time periods they're gonna go over, and then finishing by welcoming you to the madness. Exquisite. Last on God tier, we have a very sad song. It made me cry when I first listened to it, I'll admit. We're History. Oh my god. This song was the announcement that the OG cast, some would be in the later seasons, but we're talking about Matt, Ben, etc. They would leave the show and make room for a new cast to take their place. This song covers everything that they've taught you in their videos, like the vicious executions, diseases, and people that all starred in this wacky show, bringing it all the way back round and finishing it with all the time periods in an ensemble singing We're History. As the screen slowly fades and water starts to fill in my eyelids. Such a beautiful send-off.
We're history, and we made it horrible.
made it. We've made it down to 10. 145 plus songs, and we've made it down to just 10. So are there any songs you think I've missed that may be in this top 10? There's only one way to find out. Let's do this. Coming in at number 10, we have Literally, or Literally. This song is an absolute anthem and a childhood favourite of mine. I'm glad it still holds up. The energy is maintained all the way through and has me out my seat belting the chorus every single time.
Sure, and you offered friendship, but we wanted more. Yes, so much more. We're tearing up this place tonight. Literally, we're gonna set this sleepy town alight. Literally.
Number 9, we have Dick Turpin. Listen, alright, listen. It's top 10, okay? If you think it's any higher, you're wrong. This song is already too overrated. Okay, with all the Matt stands out the way, this is most definitely a nostalgia trap, and it still lives up to this day. Matt Baton makes his first appearance on our top 10. So you can put your fucking pitchforks away, okay? Alright, number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have Born to Rule Over You. King George 4, 3, 1, and 2. This was the first ever Horrible Histories song, and it holds a special place in my heart for that reason. It held up to the nostalgia. It sits at number 8.
Born to rule over you. King George 4, 3, 1, and 2. You had to do what we told you to, just because our blood was blue.
Number 7. Coming in at number 7, we have Mary 1. Now this has got to be Sarah's greatest performance. The way she portrays Mary the First is flawless. With her crazy movements and really scary facial expressions, it gets me coming back so often just to listen to her amazing vocals and choreography. That is why this is 7 on my list.
Lest you don't succeed. When it died, I swept aside the rest, and was decreed Mary, the first, that's me, Tudor lady and Queen of England.
Number 6. Coming in at number 6, we have Richard III. Jim is just too damn likable, man. The way he plays these characters are so charming, and it just makes for a really enjoyable listen. The little pictures he draws, man, I believe him, no doubt. Bro's done nothing wrong. Bro has done literally nothing wrong.
Can you imagine it? I'm the last Plantagenet, beaten by Henry in the Wars of the Roses. The Tudor dynasty didn't care that much for me. Now I'm painted as a baddie, that's why one supposes. Never forget when you hear of my crimes. Never drown my brother in a massive vat of wine. Never said a horse, my kingdom for a horse. Who made that up? Why? William Shakespeare, of course.
And now for the top 5. Coming in at number 5, we have the Aztec Priests. The way this song is sung is so addictive, man. They really follow the Bee Gees vibes, and it pays off massively. I'm singing this song till I don't survive, I don't survive. Not staying alive, yeah!
The win at war, make crops grow more to cure our kids when ill. The sun to shine, this song to rhyme, more victims we must kill. You won't survive. Ain't staying alive, yeah.
Number 4. Coming in at number 4, we have the Empress of India. Now this has got to be the best new season song of all time, and one of the best songs in Horrible Histories. The beat is so damn intense, and the way Sarah just flows on the track is flawless. The chorus will always be a highlight, and this song will forever sit just below the top 3.
To prevent your sense of India, I hereby name you Empress of India.
Empress of India, that's who to be. Queen of the Ganges, ruler of Karachi, mother of the Droghas, commander of Kashmir. All I'd say is, I
And just like that, we are down to 3. This is my 3 personal favourite best songs of Horrible Histories of all time. Coming in at number 3, we have King George IV. Jim makes his place again in my ranking with another solo banger. The way this song builds up and the way Jim sings it, I cannot get enough. Call me a Jim stan, I do not care. He is the best cast member.
Actresses, duchesses, the great loves of my life. I love more girls than I ate pies, but I couldn't stand my wife. I had just 10 years on the throne, do you remember that? No, all that you remember is I was really fat.
Coming in at number 2, we have the RAF song. I know. Why is it not first? Which one's going to be in first place? Woo! This has got to be a universal favourite, and I see exactly where the people are coming from. With their take that references, cadence, and flawless choreography, the OG cast are unstoppable with this song. And the Winston Churchill quote at the end to wrap up the song was perfect!
Never in the field of human conflict was so much owed by so many to so few.
And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, my personal, all-time favourite Horrible History song is Sat on a Bus. You are probably surprised. You probably don't even know what this song is. I did have the RAF song on the top, but my god. This song gives me goosebumps every single time, and surprisingly, it's a song with a cast member that isn't very frequent in the show, but my god does she deliver. She's got such a beautiful voice, and her mannerisms are on fucking point. It deserves so much more credit than it got. I'm so surprised that a Series 5 song made it all the way to the top, but I'm calling it. This is arguably the best song in Horrible Histories, and I will fight anyone who says anything otherwise. I won't, you know, you're entitled to your opinion, you know, whatever. But
Side by side and no one got on the bus. We stayed off the bus. They stayed off the bus. We stayed off the bus. I'm in business. She inspired us. So we stayed off the bus. We stayed off the bus.
that's a wrap. That is a wrap, Scabs. If you got this far, you deserve a medal, honestly. And whatever game you're playing, whatever movie you're watching, whatever food you're eating, I hope you're winning your game. I hope the food is bussing, and I hope the TV show you're watching, everyone comes out good in the end. The video has finally been done, and I cannot be more happier. At the time of writing this script, yes, I did have a script in some parts. The ranking was getting too intense. I hit, oh, it says 800 here. We both know that ain't true. I hit 1,000 subscribers, and that may not sound big to you, but any sort of milestone my channel hits, I cannot be more than thankful. This ranking, as always, was based purely on hyperbolic comedy and entertainment purposes. I'm aware that some songs sit a special place in people's hearts, and power to you for enjoying the songs I did not. But I've had you for more than 2 hours. I think that's enough, don't you think? Go do your chores, do your homework, do your coursework or online training, and have a fucking fantastic morning, evening, or night wherever you may be in the world. Because if you've watched till this part of the video, I respect you with the utmost respect that anyone can give. Please comment 2 hour Scab and I will personally congratulate you for getting this far. Because in some parts the editing's been quite minimalized, you know what I mean? It's not been in your face as much. But power to you for trotting on and trying to find your song in this ranking. Now, if there's any songs that I may have missed, which is a massive possibility because there are so many songs that slip through the cracks, you do not even know, please put it in comments below and I will categorize them for you. But thank you so much for tuning into this video, and I will see you either in my next Wednesday stream, you know, whenever you may be watching this, or in the next video if you aren't really a live watcher. But there's more Cuphead rankings on the way. But take care now. Bye bye then. Boom.